Welcome, friends, to Game 2 of the day between the Pioneers of Mid-America Nazarene University and the Pride of Clarke University. Clarke won the first one 1-0. Even though there was a stellar performance on the mound from Tyler Frieders for the Pioneers. But, nonetheless, the Pioneers could not prevail, and we'll be very curious to see how the Pioneers do in this one. Similar defense to the last contest for the Pioneers. You've got, actually the same for the Pioneers. You've got Noah Castillo on first base, Dio Cornett at second, Javier Melendez at third, Bryson Sherwood at short, Sean Maple in left, Drew Woodley in center, and in right field, Frank Vogel. And behind the plate for the Pioneers is Bryson Hamilton. On the mound for the Pioneers, you're going to have number 7, Ryan Wilwers. So Wilwers, 9.28 ERA. He's made 4 appearances. He's 0-2 on the season, but hopefully he will be able to get a win here. He's pitched 10 innings. In those 10 innings, he's given up 12 hits and 11 earned runs. Yeah, but he's got 12 strikeouts in 10 innings pitched. So the numbers don't quite add up with how great of an appearance he's had. He's walked 4 and he's had 5 wild pitches, and he's, you know, that's kind of been where the struggle has been. But we'll be very curious to see how he does today on the mound as Victor Lara is going to lead off here for the Pride. In the last contest, Lara had a double in the 5th inning, ended up scoring, and then got walked in the 3rd, so he was 1 for 2. And takes the first pitch from Wilwers for a ball. This one, high swung, and it's a strike. So 1-1 now to Victor Lara. This one hit into center field. Woodley is there to make the catch. And now batting is going to be Greg Bennett. He's going to start on the hill today for the Pride, but he's also the DH. So Bennett, 276 on the season. Be curious to see what he can do in this contest. In the last game, Greg Bennett was 1 for 2, the single and an RBI in the 5th inning. He got the RBI that ended up winning them the game. And welcome Chad Jenkins to the booth.
I went out and tried to fix that center field camera, that glare that you see over the pitcher, but that's just sun, I think, shining off one of the pieces of chain link. That's just going to be something we have to deal with.
So it's 1-1 now. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Great pitch there from Wilwers.
Wilwers has good stuff. He hasn't been out there too much. But what did you go through it, like 10 innings or so? 12
yeah, 10 innings. 10 innings, 11 runs.
Got a good hard fastball. Good stuff. I know the coaches were high on him. See if he can solidify that 4th spot in the rotation.
So now it's full count after that one misses. So Wilwers on the mound, you know, very curious to see how he does in this start here against that team, against the Pride, as he gets Greg Bennett looking there, striking him out.
Pretty much the same. It's the same defense for the Pioneers, except for the pitcher.
And Clarke's made some changes. You'll see later at the bottom of the order. Who's been coming in to
Swartz is
to
out
pinch
there.
run is Andrew Swartz, but he will be starting in center field.
Not only was Kyle Olson, the one of the all-time winningest pitchers. He called some games for us for a year, too.
Oh, wow. This one swung on over to second base. And Dio Cornett gets that one to retire the side for the Pioneers. So Bubba Thompson grounds out to Dio Cornett over there at second base. And a pretty solid start for the Pioneers. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Pioneer Baseball here at the Creekside Baseball Complex. Leading off for the Pioneers, you're going to have Sean Maple. Be curious to see what Maple can do here in his first appearance of this game.
Called strike one. We got Maple, Sherwood, and Melendez, right? Same thing?
Same thing. Last game, Maple had a hit. He went 1 for 4 and got caught in that weird situation. That ball just passed right over the head of the pitcher.
Oh, yeah. Castillo, Cornett, Vogel, 456. Woodley, McMahon, Hamilton, 789. That misses up.
So it's 2-1 now. You know, Maple's been pretty solid for the Pioneers this season. I'm very curious to see how this one goes. As fouled off, he almost had that one.
He's got a nice swing. He's got a real short, compact swing. He's had a few hits in this series. What do we know about this pitcher for?
So, Greg
Pride?
Bennett, he's been hitting for them. He's DH. He's been playing. Greg Bennett, 1.06 ERA, 1 win, 1 save. Pitched 17 innings, given up 12 hits and 15 strikeouts. So he's going to be hard to face. You know, he's got 15 strikeouts in his 17 innings pitched, and he's got a great ERA. He's only given up 2 runs in his 17 innings. So.
Well, they got a nice little starting staff, does the Pride, this year. I thought this would be their closer, but no, he's kind of a... Is this his first start?
This is not. Second start on the season.
Start.
This one hit up the middle, gets through, and that's going to be a base hit for Sean Maple. Leadoff single for the Pioneers.
Pioneers have had plenty of traffic today. Cannot dent the plate yet, however. Is there something lucky about ladybugs? Isn't there something like if a ladybug lands on your face, you get good luck for 7 years or something?
I have no clue.
Okay. It doesn't matter.
This one hit up the middle as well, gets down, and that's going to be a single for Bryson Sherwood. So quite a start for the Pioneers.
Let's go. Let's finally cash some of these in.
Coming into this game, Greg Bennett, after pitching 17 innings, had a batting average of 194. Opponents had a batting average of 194 against him. I mean, that's impressive. But coming into this one, So far, the Pioneers have done some damage to that number.
Oh, okay. I found the Ladybug luck thing. Not that as good Nazarenes we believe in luck. I'm just saying. Boy, great spot, umpire. If a ladybug lands on you, you should count the number of spots to predict how many years of good luck you'll have.
Oh.
Or how many months it will be until your greatest wish comes true. Wow, that's pretty. That's a lot of pressure.
My
on
greatest
ladybug.
wish is a Pioneer World Series victory.
That's your greatest wish? I think
Well,
you need to shoot a little further than that, Jack. I think your greatest wish is to call a game on CBS, something like that.
That's guess more like it.
There you go. You got connections with the Royals. So we've got a 2-0 count here and a visit from the mound. Remember the last mound visit resulted in a couple of big strikeouts and an easy finish to the inning.
Boy, did it.
But Pioneers got Melendez at the plate.
Melendez hitting .356 on the season. He's got 9 RBIs, 508 slugging percentage, so he does pretty well in situations like this. Umpire's going to come out there. They're taking their sweet time with this mound visit. In the last game, Melendez got walked and had a single and reached on a fielder's choice, so on-base percentage was perfect for last game.
The fielder's choice does ding your on-base percentage as well.
Oh, it does?
Because
Okay.
you did create an out. But, yes, he was out there a lot. Running around and doing things.
Running around, doing all the things for the Pioneers.
This umpire. Just perfectly blocking everything.
So here comes the 2-0 outside. Ball 3 passed by. Wild pitch, and Sean Maple's in there safe at third.
WP had hit the ground.
On the wild pitch, Maple moves to third, and Sherwood stays at first. So, you know, the Pioneers, great in these first and third situations, but with 3 balls.
What, he stayed at first?
He did.
What's going on over there, Bryson?
Sherwood's perfect in his base stealing so far for the Pioneers, 4 for 4.
He'll get walked into second base anyway, it seems. I hope not. I hope Melendez hammers one somewhere, but...
If you're Melendez, I'm sure you take this pitch. You do. It's for a strike. So it's 3-1 now. And we'll see what Melendez can do here with a 3-1. Last time they had a 3-1 after a mound visit. Ended up being a strikeout. Melendez misses with that one, 3-2. So a full count, runners on the corners. To Javier Melendez, inside, got him looking.
Just cannot happen. The Pioneers have just...
So a called strike 3 will bring up Noah Castillo.
Especially since Sherwood didn't get to second. Now the double play's in order still for Castillo. And this pitch is right there.
Last game, Castillo went 2 for 3. This one inside for ball 1.
Got to keep this ball off the ground. Castillo's got to be thinking lift, but when you do that, you tend to pop it up. So I'll just let him hit.
Inside, ball 2.
From 3-0, first and third, nobody out, 3-0 count to a strikeout. That's tough.
Not what Javier Melendez wanted on that one, as Castillo takes this one inside, and they are going to send Sherwood to second. They're going to throw, not in time. And so Sherwood reaches second on that.
That one may be a PB. I don't know. Let's see. Definitely a PB on that one.
So a wild pitch and a pass ball. And Pioneers, 2 of them in scoring position.
And a 3-0 count again.
Takes
pitch.
Takes the 3-0. Great 3-0 pitch. Now it's 3-1 to Castillo. Double play, not as likely here. But, you know, certainly is possible. As Castillo flies this one in the infield.
Goodness.
So from 3-0 to a flyout to Bubba Thompson. And it'll bring up Dio Cornett. So Dio Cornett, 2 outs, 2 on.
Who caught it?
Bubba Thompson, the shortstop.
P6.
Let's see if Cornett can get some magic working here. Not much for him in the last game for the Pioneers. Didn't get a hit. He was 0 for 3, so he's due. 2 strikeouts in that one.
See, that's he's thrown a couple of wild ones today already, so at this point, that's all I'm banking on. Like, the Pioneers cannot come through in these situations today. So the pessimist in me is hoping for a wild pitch because it's not going to happen naturally.
Completely fair. Let's see what Dio can do here. You know, I got faith. Inside, called for ball 2. So 2-0 now. Keeps working.
Yeah.
For the Pride, you know, you get ahead in the or get way behind the count and then fire it in there.
If he goes 3-0 3 times in a row and then still gets out of it.
This one hit up the middle. Is it going to drop before it gets to the center fielder Swartz? Andrew Swartz, it's not. And so somehow Greg Bennett gets out of 2 on after 2 hits and a wild pitch and a pass ball and gets out of that without an earned run or a run in general. So it's going to bring up 4, 5, 6 for the Pride. Thomas Brannon, Kainoa Torres, and McGuire Fitzpatrick.
We may never score again.
Brannon in the last one, you know, Brannon had he had 2 doubles in that one. Great deep hitter there. Hit them both into deep right field. And then Torres, 0 for 3. And Fitzgerald was also, he was 1 for 3. So, curious to see what happens here as Ryan Wilwers hopes to get some defensive magic for the Pioneers.
I mean, the last 3 years of Pioneer baseball, you're used to seeing multi-run innings several times a game. It's just so strange to see us struggling so badly to even get one.
So Thomas Brannon up now. Takes that one high and 1-0 now.
Cornett smoked that ball. Nothing wrong with what he did in his approach. It was just at somebody. But Melendez and Castillo had to get something other than what they got.
And there's the second pitch strike to Thomas Brannon.
3-0 on both guys. That's just an amazing job by the pitcher to wriggle out of that one.
You know, he did a great job staying in it mentally. That's what would be the hardest part about that as Brannon flies out to Castillo. Hardest part about that mentally, you know, staying in the, I'm still doing okay. I still got it. I still know what I'm doing. I know how to play baseball.
They haven't scored yet. They still got to do something, and we couldn't do it.
And being able to stay in the mindset of, like, as a pitcher in that situation, I'm good, I'm confident, and get out of that is quite impressive, and it definitely equates to why this Pride team is ranked 20th in the nation.
Yeah. Good group of guys, good pitching staff.
So Kainoa Torres makes contact right at Bryson Sherwood. Over to Castillo, getting the out. So McGuire Fitzgerald up to bat now.
You've been wanting to say Fitzpatrick this whole time.
I really have been.
Do you know a guy named Fitzpatrick?
I mean, no.
Minka
and Ryan Fitzpatrick.
There you go. Got NFL on the brain.
Interesting release there from Wilwers on the mound. A bit of a
really slow wind-up.
Slow wind-up and a little kick while he's already up.
And kind of explodes at you.
Little leg jiggle.
Here you go.
So 2 outs. Here it comes inside, clipped him. And McGuire Fitzgerald will be on base. Cole Schwartz up to bat now.
Wilwer's his 5th batter hit in around 11 innings. 5 wild pitches, 4 HBPs, 4 walks.
And so Cole Schwartz up to bat. He and Andrew Schwartz both playing in this one. He's hitless on the season, 0 for 10. Has yet to get on base as well.
May your struggles continue, sir.
No strikeouts, though. Oh, sorry. 10 games played, 1 at bat.
Oh.
So he's 0 for 1 in at bats, but his 3 runs on the season. He's been coming in and running. Been caught stealing 3 times. So Cole Schwartz 0 for 3.
They got a couple Schwartzes on this team, don't they?
They do. 2 of them. Cole and Andrew. Andrew playing center field in this game. Both playing in this one. As Cole gets a piece of this one. Hit to Dio Cornette. Cornette flips it over to Castillo in time. So getting out of that one. 1 runner stranded. And the Pioneers will go into the bottom of the 2nd. Vogel, Woodley, and then McMahon.
He looked safe from here. What did you think?
I mean, I couldn't
have a
quite
look.
tell.
Did he flip it with his hand or glove?
His
or what?
hand.
Okay.
Flipped it to him.
He's safe. He was safe.
Not complaining about the call on the field, though, and we'll be curious to see what this Pioneer offense can draw up against Greg Bennett. I guess not draw up. It's not. They're not making any plays, but
sometimes you do. But yeah, we've been getting early base runners. We have not been able to cash them in. And the past few years, it hasn't been a problem. We could have 2-out rallies that last for days, but different environment, different ball club.
Home runs that go way, way, way out of the park as well.
Speaking of, Joshua Sandoval starting his 2nd season in the Rays organization. Got picked up after last year and is still there. So Joshua Sandoval hit some mammoth homers, hit over 60 for us in 5 years.
And so it's going to bring up Frank Vogel. Vogel played with Sandoval last season.
Yes, he did.
Much of this team did. As Vogel swings and misses at that first pitch, breaking ball. Hit over to the first base side and foul, going over towards Kainoa Torres, but it was foul. So it's 0-2 now to Frank Vogel. Here comes the 0-2 to Vogel. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. Drop there, the strike. Looked like Torres came off the bag earlier over there at first, but he didn't. Just appeared that way as Woodley will be up to bat now. In the last contest, Woodley had 1 hit in his 3 at-bats. He was hit in the 7th inning and flew out in his 2 other appearances and then had that hit. So hoping to get some magic going as he rips this one down the third base line and foul. So 0-1 now. You know, Bennett's got an interesting release as well, but somehow got out of that last inning. You know, that's impressive. The way that he was able to maintain his composure, get out of the last inning, and now he's got 2 strikeouts in 2 innings for him. I guess 1 and a third. As this one's high.
Another sleeveless pitcher out there. in this almost freezing temperatures. Beautiful day, sunny, blue skies.
He's from Iowa. Outside, ball 2. 2-1 now. Inside, call a strike there, so it's 2-2 now. See what Woodley can do here with 2-2. Outside, ball 3. So a full count to Drew Woodley now. This game not moving quite with the pace that the last one did.
Some traffic. Pitchers are a little bit more methodical than the breakneck pace we had in the first game.
Woodley rips that one down the line, foul. Curious to see how this Pioneer team can fare against the right-handed Bennett. Woodley swing and a miss, and strike 3.
That was a nasty pitch.
It was gorgeous there from Greg Bennett, and he's got back-to-back strikeouts, bringing up A.J. McMahon, the designated hitter today. McMahon played in both games today. His third game started in the series out of the 4. And the Pioneers looking to take the series here if they can win this one and hold off number 20 in the nation, Clarke University.
Dropped to the 8 hole has McMahon. He's been kind of all over the lineup this year.
This one hit into foul territory, but Fitzgerald is there to make the out, make the catch, and get the pride out of that. No hits, 3 up, 3 down. And not the second inning the Pioneers hoped for. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Heart of America Conference Baseball. Pioneers and the pride of Clarke. Pioneers not able to get much going for them offensively today in either contest. And it's going to bring up Andrew Swartz for the pride now. Swartz hitting 120 on the season. Been brought in as a courtesy runner quite a bit. He's 1 for 6 on the season.
Busted him in there. I like Wilwers so far, what he's got going. A good firm fastball.
Yeah. Laying down a bunt there, and you know, when you've got a courtesy runner like that, the speed, almost a hit on a bunt on that one. But Pioneers let it go foul. Great baseball IQ by Hamilton to let it go foul. And now Swartz has 2 strikes to him. Correction, Swartz has 3 hits on the season and 25 at-bats. 1 double is where I was getting that 1 number from.
It's all right. He struck out looking.
Well. And so now Caron Crowder up to bat. Crowder takes the first pitch for a ball.
That windup looked more smooth. Does he just mix up his looks, kind of a Johnny Cueto situation?
I guess so. Crowder's hitless on the day. He's due, looking for something.
That's really hard to hit guys like this who are all, you don't know the timing of their windup.
This one swung on into hit into deep center field. Tracking back is Woodley. Misses it. Woodley missed that one, lost it in the sun. And Crowder gets to second. So back to the top of the lineup, Victor Lara. Lara's got 14 RBIs on the season. Switch hitter hitting lefty here.
I can't tell on the replay what happened there, but he just misjudged it. Is that a double?
Do I have a pincher on him? Oh, I cannot see.
19.
So a double for Crowder and a swing and a miss from Lara. Crowder tried to go on that one.
Just took off his stuff. It's not a pincher.
Got a bit confused there. Crowder just hit that one over the head of Woodley in center field, and he lost it in the sun, misjudged where that ball would be. And here comes the 0-1 to Lara. Laying down the bunt. Throw over to Castillo. Gets the out, but pushes Crowder to third and brings up Greg Bennett, the designated hitter, who's also pitching today. Bennett in the last contest had the 1 RBI of the game. And he's hoping for another one here with a runner on third and 2 outs.
I'm going to give him a sacrifice on that, even though it was with 1 out. It's pretty rare to do that in baseball.
Swing and a miss from Bennett. Got him with that pitch.
Clearly you're bunting for a hit when you do that with 1 out. But he kind of squared early. I don't know. He was obviously bunting for a hit. I don't know what I'm thinking. I think I just like Lara. Give him a sack for that.
This one is in foul territory, but he got all of it. Dio Cornette with the wheels running over there. It's foul. Didn't know Dio Cornette was that fast. Did you see the speed at which
I can't see anything, so no.
he moved over there?
He's an athlete.
So it's 0-2 to Greg Bennett. Runner on third, 2 outs. No balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the 0-2, and it's a swing and a miss for strike 3, drop third strike. Hamilton gets the throw over to Castillo in time. And gonna retire the side, 1 hit, 1 stranded. And no runs yet for the Pride. Welcome back, friends. This is Jack Hancock and Chad Jenkins welcoming you back to Pioneer Baseball. Bryson Hamilton at the plate now, hoping to get some offense going for the Pioneers. Big swing there.
Kept his elbow pad on this time.
Swung out of his elbow pad twice today. Was 1 for 2 in his last outing with a strikeout. But nothing of this week will beat that, or of this series will beat that. Bryson Hamilton double into left field, brought in 2 runs for the Pioneers. Man, it was gorgeous baseball, especially with 19-mile-per-hour winds blowing right at him.
Turn the game around for sure.
So let's see what he can do here. Great framing there from Thomas Brannon behind the plate.
Called that a strike.
And so it's 1-2 now to Hamilton. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Hamilton goes down on strikes, and it's going to bring up Sean Maple. Led off the game with a single for the Pioneers. Made it to third on that wild pitch, so Maple hoping to continue his hot streak and keep some offense going for the Pioneers.
He's had a handful of hits this series as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he had 1 in the last game in the leadoff single again, and then was hitless in the rest of that one. So 1 for 4 in the last game. He's 2 for 5 on the day.
I think he had 2 hits in game 1.
Takes that one for strike 2. He had no hits in game 2, and then, a hit and got 2 hits in game 1, and then walked. Fouls that one off. So it's 0-2 now. Sean Maple 1 out. Got 14 hits on the, or I guess now 15 hits on the season.
That last foul ball made me think of the rules for the speed up, the pitch clock in the big leagues this year. 1 second.
Inside, ball 2.
You know when the umpire or catcher gets hit with a foul ball, they kind of give him a few seconds. Does the pitch clock not start for a few seconds as well?
Good question. Outside for ball 3. You know, that is an excellent question. I am unsure.
We shall see.
I guess,
this year.
yeah, we will. Major League Baseball starting, what is it, March 30th?
Umpire gets hit with a ball, and they take their time getting back to him, and then call a strike on the guy.
Hit hard in between Fitzgerald and Bubba Thompson, and that's going to be a single for Sean Maple, and it's going to bring up Bryson Sherwood, who also singled in the first inning after a Sean Maple hit similar to that.
Maple gets a lot of barrels. He seems to square it up pretty nicely. Is he from Heston? Ah. Kyle Olson in the press box, his former player.
Yes, Major League Baseball starts March 30th. And here's the first pitch to Sherwood. Gonna lay down a bunt, foul. Curious to see what Sherwood will do, if he'll try and lay down another one here with 1 strike on him. What do you think, Chad?
I do not think so. The element of surprise is key when you are bunting for a hit, and that's gone now. He'll be trying to stay out of a double play here.
Just to get it up and deep is the hope. Swing and a miss on that one. Wanted all of it. Sherwood's got 1 home run on the season, 11 RBIs. Batting .317 coming into today. Let's see what he can do here with the 0-2. Hit above the head of Victor Lara. They're going to send Maple to third. They're going to hold him at third, and Bryson Sherwood is in there safe with a double.
I almost wanted them to send Maple, even though it was unlikely, you know?
Yeah.
Just make them throw you out at home. We can't get it done with the bats. Let's see if we can get it done by them throwing it away or something.
So Javier Melendez will be up to bat now. Last time he came up with runners on second and third, he went down on strikes after watching and taking 3 balls. It was 3-0 and then went down on strikes.
Great piece of hitting from Sherwood there. Bunt, swing and a miss, and then shorten up and
Gorgeous hit.
smoke it in the right field. Come on, Javi.
Let's see if Javier Melendez can get some offense going for the Pioneers with 2 runners in scoring position in this 3rd inning.
Is the infield's back up the middle, so you can just ground it up the middle and get yourself a run.
We've got Laura covering closer to second as this one's down the third base line and foul.
Yeah, don't hit it to third.
Anything into the outfield, if it's I guess a pop up in the outfield if it's deep enough. Do you think you send Maple? I mean,
If it's deep enough, obviously, but yeah, the Pioneers are desperate for runs. They're going to be taking chances here.
Maple's got some wheels on him. And this one hit down the third base line, foul again.
Does he have wheels, Kyle Olson? Does Maple have wheels? Terrible wheels.
Terrible wheels, never mind.
Training wheels, this says Anna. Nice. Yeah, he's hooked up to a piano, one of those guys. That's from Kyle Olson. That's not from us. It's from his former coach. I don't know what to tell you.
Outside to Melendez. Melendez was unhappy with that swing, that foul down the third base line. You know, it looked...
Yeah. He's a little jumpy, a little out in front. He needs to stay through it more. He's been good with 2 strikes. Try to punch this up the middle.
He'll got to sit back and wait on this one. He does. Hits it into right field. Gets over the head of Kynan Torres, and the Pioneers are on the board.
Hey! Remember scoring? That was fun.
So an RBI for Javier Melendez as Sean Maple comes across the plate, and Sherwood goes over to third. It's going to bring up Noah Castillo. Castillo's been averaging 1 hit a game. Hoping to avoid the double play. He had 2 hits in his last game.
Stay off the ground here.
Stayed off the ground, but foul. Melendez did a great job of keeping it off the ground there on that that last single right over the head of Kynan Torres.
Remember Castillo popped up in the first inning in a big situation just like this, so try for some redemption here. If you're on YouTube, stay there. If you're on the Heart Network, come on over to YouTube. Get in the chat box.
Hit in between and through. And that's going to be an RBI for Noah Castillo.
I can't remember what a rally felt like. Is this a rally?
You know what? It might be.
I think this
Pioneers
might be a rally.
are leading by 2 runs.
2 in 1 inning?
We've got runners on first and second now for Dio Cornett. 1 out, 2 on. Cornett flew out to center on his last one, deep to center.
Terry Woodley watching on YouTube says, nice to see some offense. Yes, it is.
Boy, is it. This one hit pretty high by Cornett and right into the glove of Kieran Crowder. They're going to send Melendez to third.
No, just a fly out and a plus.
And so Frank Vogel comes up to bat in this pretty big moment for the Pioneers. Runners on the corners, 2 out, 2 runs scored this inning. Hoping to continue the Pioneer magic.
Clarke setting up their first and third defense. Do they want to throw through? Do they want to throw to third? Do you want to just eat it? I think they're just going to eat it. Try to get Vogel. but I bet we will be going at some point in this sequence.
Vogel, and it's outside for ball one for the left-handed Frank Vogel. Swung on and missed. A gorgeous swing there. So it's 1-1 now. Throwing over to first, you've got Castillo over there at first. Think they'll send Castillo?
If they do, it would simply be to try to draw a throw and score the runner from third.
Outside, ball two. So it's 2-1 now with 2 outs, 2 on. Swung on and missed by Vogel. So 2-2 now. 2 on, 2 out. Vogel hoping to just make some contact, stay alive here. Does make contact, but fouls it off. Drew Woodley out there running, getting that foul ball. Hoping to get a piece after Frank Vogel here. Vogel hits it into left field. Cole Swartz runs in, and Bubba Thompson is there. The shortstop makes the catch and gets the pride out of that, but not after the Pioneers scored 2 runs.
But not before.
But not before.
They did it after.
Yeah, they did it after. Pioneers score 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 stranded, and we'll be back. I haven't had them, but
He was at groomsman at my wedding, if that helps.
oh,
They are and lived in my basement.
And we're back.
welcome back, friends. Bubba Thompson at the plate now.
Did he foul that or totally
He
miss
did.
it? That hit somebody.
Bounced off something.
Let's have a look. I think that hit the ump in the face. Oh, yeah.
It did, yep.
Got him good. It is 2 strikes.
So it's 0-2 to Bubba Thompson. Grounded out to Dio Cornette in his last appearance. Hard pitch there from Wilwers on the mound.
Brad Tucker, a Pride fan, says, enjoying the broadcast, Jack has a bright future. I know it's not popular, but go Pride.
Well,
You root for who you want to root
Thank
for.
you
It's
very
all right.
much. Yeah, root for your
Dio?
great dive there from Dio Cornette. Wow.
L4, baby. Woo!
I mean, look at that. Sports Center top 10 worthy right there from Dio Cornett.
Nice.
Brandon up to bat. 2 doubles in his last game. Flew out to the first baseman in his last at bat and takes this one inside for ball 1.
Dave Helland watching as well. From Moose Jaw up there in Canada.
2-0. Reese Helland came into the second game yesterday. Some great pitching.
We'll see him in this game, I anticipate.
H and H, Helland and Hurtado.
Hurtado.
This one taken for strike 1, 3-1. It's 3 balls.
Is there one out?
There is. After that great catch from Dio.
Didn't know if there was 1 or 2.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Man, did Brandon wanted all of that one. Was hoping to take that back over the head of Vogel again. And this one hit down the third base line. It's the first pitcher we've seen with the 3/4 sleeve. Not quite a full sleeve.
Right. He's a tweener guy. He's got the tweener stirrups going too.
So here comes the full count, hit deep into left center field. Drew Woodley is going, and it's off the wall.
Where is he?
Thought that one could have been gone. And he's going to round second and head for third, and he is in with a triple. So Brandon, last game, 2 doubles. This one a triple. I mean, his slugging percentage is through the roof.
Jeez, balls hit hard.
Bringing up Kainoa Torres. So they're going to courtesy run. I was curious who they'd put into courtesy run, as their typical courtesy runners are both starting this game. They're going to go with Joey Lagina, number 18, freshman. He's another catcher. This pitch taken for strike.
So the infield is back with a 2-run lead. Pioneers kind of conceding this run.
Correction, that's Kevin Javier, senior, not a catcher. Was looking at the Pioneer roster. So Kainoa Torres, looking to get an RBI here coming in this situation.
That was a nifty little catch from Bryson Hamilton.
Got 2 on the season.
If nothing happens this pitch, I'll show that to you again.
This one hit and foul.
Look at this catch from Hamilton here. Boop, bloop.
Man.
Nice. I get excited by the little things.
I do too. I was a catcher. Played some travel ball for a bit.
As was I. As was Todd Garrett up in the press box, the athletics director. All-American back in the 90s for MNU, National Christian College Athletics Association, All-America. I want to say 1994, but I do not know exactly.
So it's a full count now. Runner on third takes that one, and now we've got runners on the corners.
It's fine. Set up the double play. Good blocking from Hamilton there.
McGuire Fitzgerald up now, hit by pitch in his first at-bat. His first appearance was hit, and see what he can do here. He's got no RBIs on the season and 2 doubles. So they're going to have a mound visit here with with Wilwers, talk some sense into him, say, hey, relax, you're doing okay.
Get your two ball here. This is Colton Punches out to talk to Wilwers and the rest of the infield.
And McGuire Fitzgerald hopes to be the one to bring in that run from third. And, obviously Ryan Wilwers hopes for him to not be the guy. Wilwers has gone 3 1/3 and thrown almost 50 pitches. He's at 49. So that's relatively decent numbers. And here comes the pitch. Fouled off for strike one. Fitzgerald wanted all. He really wanted to send that one. Surprised they're not bunting here. Or maybe they will. I guess maybe they will, but surprised
They might,
didn't.
but down 2, you're trying to rally. You're not worried about so much.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Beautiful pitch there.
Guys can't bunt anymore either. I asked Coach Thompson, remember from Sunday when we thought Calamaya would bunt in that situation. And I was like, I thought you guys might bunt there. And he goes, well, caught that. Strike 3. Big strikeout.
What a strikeout there. 2 outs now. Swing and a miss. And so Coach Thompson.
He was just like, Calamaya hasn't been bunting well lately, so it would have been, we needed him to swing away there because the bunt wasn't really an option for us.
Yep.
Who's this?
Cole Swartz at the plate now. Believe.
7-hole. Yes, he did.
He went. Strike 1.
So with all your connections, do you like hang out with Ryan Lefevre and those guys? Have you met them?
I have not. I've met their wives. Very nice.
Well,
But
that's a step in the right direction, I guess.
I've met Jeff Montgomery, all-time saves leader for
Sure,
the Kansas City
sure.
Royals. But great announcers in Kansas City to look up to.
Yeah, Lefevre's cool. I like him. And Hudler as a color guy is just a goofball and really fun to watch.
The Kansas City Royals hiring a new radio play-by-play to take the.
Oh, is he
role of-
finally done?
Well, Steve Fisiak retired, so it'll be some TV, some radio. His name is Jake Eisenberg. He's 27. He's from AAA. As he gets smoked on that. No, he turned away from it. Man, I thought that hit him.
Well, what's his name? What's the legend guy? Mitch.
Danny Matthews.
Danny Matthews.
He's still on the radio.
Still
yeah.
hanging out there. Wow. So Fisiak retired before Matthews?
He did.
That's. Danny doesn't want to go home.
Nope. 3-1. Takes that one and is walked. So bringing up the other Swartz, Andrew Swartz.
Tying run in scoring position for the 8-hole. Swartz, and that'll do it for Wilwers. You can't get the win. You have to go 4 complete in a 7-inning game. So, who do we got? We bringing in Helland?
Let's see here for the Pioneers. The Royals used to do their Chevy call to the bullpen. This is the
Olathe Ford called to the
Olathe
bullpen.
Ford call to the bullpen.
Proud sponsor of Pioneer Athletics. And it is Reese Helland from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, Canada. He's got this inning in the bag.
So Helland comes in.
The problem is, remember when Helland came in last time, he threw 4 straight balls when he first arrived?
Yes.
Can't do that this time.
No.
Bases loaded, 2 outs, tying run in scoring position, and it'll be Helland for probably, hopefully, if he gets out of the 4th quickly, he'll do the 5th, and then maybe Hurtado the 6th and 7th. That's kind of the plan, it seems like. But Pioneers have a lot of fresh options out of that bullpen.
Helland came in, walked Thomas Brannon, the catcher, and then gave up a single and then struck out 2. So it is certainly doable for the Pioneers here. Reese Helland hopefully will get his team out of this funk with 2 outs and the bases loaded in the top of the 4th inning. And Andrew Swartz at the plate. So Ryan Wilwers goes 3 2/3. Gives up only 2 hits and no runs.
No runs yet.
No runs yet, yes.
He's responsible for these 3 out on the bases, but Helland's going to pick up his buddy here.
But he walked 2 and hit 1, but had 3 strikeouts. 4 strikeouts, so. Don't think it was the outing Coach Thompson wanted from Ryan Wilwers.
There's still a 0 up there, so
it's true.
For in your number 4, the 4th game of a series, you usually know it's going to be a bullpen game. So this is, if there's any trouble in that second time through, time to get the veteran relievers out there, and here we go.
H&H starting now. Reese Helland first pitch, inside ball.
Umpire, give me 1 step either direction, please.
So it's 1-0. Here comes the 1-0. Hard throw from Helland. It's a fast.
Yeah, he throws pretty hard. He's got a good overhand curveball and good toughness. He's not scared out there.
Fouled off, so 1-2 now, 2 outs.
Got to watch for Hamilton to block a spiked curveball here. They could go up with a heater if they don't want to risk anything. But Hamilton's been blocking really well. I'm bouncing a curveball here. Hamilton picks it up, steps on home plate.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Reese Helland comes in, gets the strikeout, and picks his team up out of that sticky situation with the bases loaded. So the inning started with a fly out to second base, and then that Thomas Brandon triple was a gorgeous hit and ended with that beautiful breaking ball.
Ooh, Helland, man.
From Helland.
Look at, I'm going to show you this again. Helland, I thought he stared at a hitter yesterday. This time he screams to the dugout. Yeah! Woo!
Great pitching from Reese Helland.
It's so funny because he's such a goofball off the field. Now he wants that smoke.
And the Pioneers go into the 4th inning up 2-0. So that inning finished with only 1 hit, but 3 left on, and no runs scored.
It's possible that the dugout was chirping at him. The 2 times I've walked out to the center field camera, I've heard some chirping from the Pride dugout, trying to get in the pitcher's heads. So it's possible he heard some insults thrown his way, and he was like, "Yeah, well, how about this curveball? How do you like that?"
The Canadian curve.
Yeah, there you go. Stacy Berry from Nevada. Nice work, Helland. I assume you're related to John Berry. I'd like to see more of John Berry this year. He's had a little bit of a rough go of it, but you can tell he's got great stuff. And as we get further along in the season, I think he'll be a big part of it if we're going to make some noise.
So leading off the inning for the Pioneers is going to be Drew Woodley. Woodley went down on strikes in his last at-bat, but hoping to get some action going here, or keep some action going for the Pioneers in this 4th inning. Believe this is
7, 8, 9 due up for the Pioneers.
Is this a different pitcher on the mound?
Nope. Number 4.
Their numbers are very difficult to see, the dark on dark.
Yeah.
So it's 3-0 now to Drew Woodley.
Looked like he was taking all the way 2-0. I would anticipate the same. 3-0.
Takes it, and late strike call, but a strike call nonetheless. And it's 3-1 now. Here comes the 3-1 inside. Bunched him up on it, and it's a full count now after fouling that one off. 3-2. Here comes the full count. Got him looking. Strike 3. So Drew Woodley goes down on strikes.
It's a tough AB
But
right
it's
there.
a tough.
Now that 3-2 curveball that starts at your front shoulder and then kind of breaks just enough over the inside part of the plate. You're not going to hit that pitch very well. You might be able to foul it off, but
Nothing.
just
Nothing.
a tough one.
Nothing he could have done there. That was a nice pitching as A.J. McMahon is at the plate. Flew out to third base in his last at bat.
But how many 3-0 counts is that have come up empty for the Pioneers
Is
today?
3.
Yes, seems like a ton.
This one fouled. I believe he caught the catcher's mask with that ball or with his bat.
Yeah, the ball probably. If you hit the catcher with your bat, you get first base. On a normal swing anyway, on the front part of your swing.
And here comes the 0-2. High, ball 1.
Yeah, we've seen more 0-2 hits than 3-0
It's true.
baseball. Words are hard sometimes.
You know, they really are.
3-0 reaches, I'll say.
So here comes the 1-2. Fast. It was that heater had some speed on it.
I don't know what that was. I don't think it was a heater, but he spiked something.
It's like the the old fourth quarter stop the clock in football spike.
Yeah.
This one outside for ball 3. So here comes the full count. Got him looking. McMahon thought it was a ball. Didn't swing. It was a bit inside, so that's 2 back-to-back. Going down on strikes and a full count. So-
Front hip two-seamer. That's perfect.
Bryson Hamilton up to bat now. Went down on strikes in his last at-bat. That was Bennett's 6th strikeout in 4 innings.
It may have been a ball, and that's a good eye from McMahon, but it's not advantageous to have a better eye than the umpire.
And so here comes the pitch to Hamilton. Wanted all of it. You know, other than a rocky 3rd inning, Bennett's been doing pretty solid pitching for the Pride as this one's hit up the middle to Bubba Thompson. Thompson over to first in time. And the Pioneers go down, 3 up, 3 down, and they'll bring up the top of the order in the 5th.
wins-wise.
Welcome back, friends.
Went to the playoffs. Go ahead.
So Caron Crowder going to lead it off for the Pride.
Helen back out there for the 5th. I assume, if all goes as planned, we got Hurtado for the next 2.
Here comes the fresh count from Helen. Bit outside. Ball 1.
Do you prefer radio play-by-play or video play-by-play?
You know, that's an excellent question. I would say probably video, but I enjoy both.
Yeah, the radio guys have to be more descriptive.
Yeah.
Sometimes in video you can just shut up for a minute. It
Yep.
doesn't matter. Look out.
This one hit hard up the middle. Sherwood gets to it, though. And the throw to Castillo's in time.
That hit the mound?
Did. Bounced right up off the mound. Great defense from Sherwood getting over to that one. Thought that was through for a hit.
Well, that really slowed it up. Kicked it up for Sherwood. Throws on the run. He's almost more accurate on the run than he is when he's set. Does a good job with that.
Kind of a Derek Jeter-esque
Yeah.
player over there
You
at
like
short.
your Jeter comps, that's for sure.
So Laura fouls that one off for strike 1. You know, this Pioneer team, they've impressed me in this series. I was a little worried coming in to play the number 20 team in the nation.
Yeah.
But they've definitely kicked it into gear to start Heart of America Conference play. Be very curious to see what they can do against Central Methodist this weekend.
Yeah, maybe. These games
Yeah.
are probably going to get wiped out, or at least moved to Monday, Tuesday type of thing. That's what we're anticipating anyway.
Cold in Kansas City.
We've already lost Saturday's softball game, is that right? The Bellevue. We've already postponed the Saturday softball game.
This one hit up the middle. Dio Cornett gets over to it. The throw over to first in time. So it's going to bring up Greg Bennett. Gone down in strikes in his first 2 at-bats. As Helland hopes to make him do it a 3rd time.
But just keep looking at MNUsports.com. Follow the baseball schedules. Go to at MNU Sports on Twitter. We put our schedule updates there. It has not quite turned to spring yet around here.
It's a great pitch there for a strike from Reese Helland. Another one. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
He's got an elite level curveball for this level.
He really does. He and Trevino both.
Yeah,
I guess Trevino's slider, but
yeah.
this one fouled off. Kind of looked like a golf shot with the way that ball landed over there in the grass.
Did it have some nice checkup on it?
It did. Nice height. This one fouled off again.
You can hear Helen grunting with every pitch. Max effort guy out there.
It's the Canadian way.
If I know anything about Canadians, it's their max effort people.
It's true. Friendly and
except when it comes
full
to
of effort.
Military. I don't know. I'm just yapping. Ignore me. Get it.
Swing and a miss. Drop 3rd strike. Gets behind Hamilton. Can he get the throw off to Castillo in time? He does not. Helland is awarded with the strikeout there.
KSWP. Yeah, it bounced.
See if we can take a look at that one. So he reaches for it, bounces, and just gets through the legs of Hamilton.
Through the 5-hole, to use Canada language. Some hockey language. Yeah, he just beat Martin Brodeur there through the 5-hole.
1-1 to Bubba Thompson. Bubba Thompson 0 for 2 on this second game of the day, fourth of the series. This one fouled off. Again, a lot of foul balls going right behind us.
They should send the runner here soon.
Hit up the middle. Melendez gets to it. Over to Castillo in time for the fourth out of the inning. Third out.
Yeah.
After the drop third strike. So it'll bring up the top of the order for the Pioneers in the bottom of the fifth right after this.
Here we go.
Welcome back, friends, to the bottom of the fifth inning here. Pioneers up 2-0. Top of the order, Sean Maple. Third at bat. He's 2 for 2 in this one with a run. That RBI from Javier Melendez. This one hit hard up the middle, right into second baseman playing over Victor Laura, playing over the bag after
Yeah, nice shift.
Maple had hit up the middle twice. See if they keep that shift for Sherwood, who's also got 2 hits. Had that double. They do not. So Sherwood up to bat now, 2 for 2.
Well, Sherwood's lefty. They're shifting the other way.
Oh, they are.
Short steps shaded up the middle.
Inside, strike 1. This one by Sherwood again over the head of Victor Laura. Are they going to send him 2? They are. Sherwood's going 2.
Keep going.
Keeping him going. Sherwood's going 3. And he's in. So a triple for Bryson Sherwood. Hit that ball hard right against the fence.
Well, I think maybe that outfielder tried to cut it off and turned it into a triple.
So that'll bring up
Bad angle.
Javier Melendez, RBI in his last at-bat. And so he's 1 for 1 on the day with an RBI. Hoping to keep this magic alive. Inside, hits him. That's mad comfortable.
It's okay. Happens a lot.
So runners on the corners now with 1 out for Noah Castillo, who had an RBI single in his last at-bat. Melendez slow to walk to first, but seems to be all right. So a mound visit. They're going to go talk to Greg Bennett. This could be it from Bennett. He's given up 2 runs, and now he's got runners on the corners. But, you know, those mound visits can be successful for this Clarke team. Last game we saw that.
Yeah, he seems to know what to say or what the pitcher needs to hear or scouting report, what kind of area of the zone to work. He's trying to get a double play from Castillo here.
Just keep it up, Castillo. It's the second time Castillo's had runners on the corners. So they're going to stay with Bennett on the hill. And we'll see. We'll see. Castillo's going to hope to keep this going. What if he probably won't bunt with 1 out, right?
Definitely not. I don't think he's ever squared around.
So Victor Laura playing right over the middle into the shift. So if Castillo can hit this right where the second baseman would normally play, you know, could be a run.
Big shift on. You're right.
Laura's going to slowly move back over towards traditional position of a second baseman, away from the middle. No, he's hopping back over to the middle. Outside, strike. So 1-1, 1 out, 2 on. This one hit deep, foul. Again, these LED lights here, we were talking about them yesterday. They sure look funny.
Yeah. These are weird lights. Maybe it's the new thing.
So it's 1-2. To Castillo. Hit at his third base coach. Great job getting out of the way of that one.
Castillo can cover up, down, out, and in. He's really tough to get the ball by, but 1-2 with first and third. Got to try to get something off the ground here.
See what he can do. This one hit in between the shortstop and second baseman. Right past Bubba Thompson, and it's going to be another RBI for Noah Castillo.
What happened there? That was strange.
So his second RBI on the day. Melendez moves to second, and Bryson Sherwood comes around and scores. So Dio Cornette up to bat now. 0 for 2 in this contest. Flew out to right field and center field in his 2 appearances.
Man, that's a tailor-made double play if they're playing at a normal positions, but they had a shift on.
So great job by Castillo to read the shift and hit where he needed to. Ooh, Dio Cornette.
Kyle Olson's calling one here. Are we talking like a double in the? Okay, I thought you were calling a home run. I was wondering if we were thinking like a sky-high shot or like a low tracer like Shelby Anderson.
Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Shelby Anderson's would have hit the water tower off in the horizon out there. All right, time for Dio to shorten up, punch one into right center.
Hits it up the middle, right to Laura, and
would have preferred a strikeout.
Laura flips it over to Thompson, who flips it over to Torres, and retires the side there, but Pioneers score. So a double from Bryson Sherwood, or a triple from Bryson Sherwood, and then a single from Noah Castillo brings in the run. 2 hits, 1 run, and 1 left on. Puts the Pioneers up 3-0 going in to the top of the 6th. Welcome back, friends.
Reese Helen staying out there.
Kind of surprised me. I'm not complaining after that.
No, he looks good.
Stellar fifth inning performance from him.
The Pioneers probably won't play again for at least 5-6 days. These weekend games are going to get pushed again, so no need to save him.
Inside ball 2.
Sarah Melodia in the chat says, way to go, Bryson. Softball pitcher.
And it hits him right on the elbow. That one luckily hit his elbow guard. But brings Brannon to first. I assume they'll run for him. Courtesy runner will be I assume that's 18 again, Kevin Javier from New York. He's a senior. And so it'll bring up Kainoa Torres. Walked in the 4th inning, part of getting after that triple from Brannon. He walked.
Could be it for Helland. They may have said if you run into any trouble, we're going to go Hurtado. This is, I think it's Coach Thompson out there. Yep. Or he's just trying to gauge Helen's confidence level, and we were going to Hurtado, it looks like. I think he pointed with his left hand.
So a pretty decent outing there from Reese Helland. Gave up no hits. Hit 1 and 2 strikeouts. And they're going to bring in number 13, the senior, Christian Hurtado.
Hurtado got the save in game 2?
Game 2.
That's right. Helen got the victory in relief in that one. Looking to do the same thing here.
So that moved Helland to 2-0, and Hurtado was his first save of the season. Hoping to get a second here. You know, Hurtado's just a good pitcher. 1.93 ERA, only 1 loss, 7 appearances, 9 innings. You know, if you can go 9 innings and get 14 strikeouts and only give up 8 hits, I would call that a successful.
Yeah, you're doing just fine.
I would definitely call that a successful pitcher. Hoping to get him to go 2 today. I'm sure that's the hope from Coach Thompson.
Who's up?
It'll be Kainoa Torres. Walked in the 4th inning, grounded out in the 2nd. So
5, 6, 7 coming up. Pioneers up by 3. We'll be back.
And we're back. So Kainoa Torres up to bat. Seeing what he can do. His team down 3 in a dire situation in the top of the 6th. And Christian Hurtado on the mound. Outside, ball 1. Hurtado's got this. He has that gorgeous fastball he went to a lot in game 2. Or game 1? 2. Game 2, he went to that fastball quite a bit, and it.
Yeah, he throws hard and he hides the ball really well. He's kind of got your back. He's got his back to the hitter. Kind of jumps on you.
This one a bit high, though, for ball 2. Swing and a miss, strike two. Great pitch there.
How about a little 4-6-3 right here?
And on that one, it's going to get Brannon to second.
Wild pitch. It did hit Bryson Hamilton's chest protector, but bounced away.
So a look around the rest of the Heart of America Athletic Conference. Outside, and walked him.
Tying run comes to the plate now.
The tying run on the plate. Hurtado needs to take a deep breath, calm down, and stay on top of things here for the Pioneers. Central Methodist is in second in the conference, 2-0 in conference play. Baker's 4-0 in conference play.
Yeah, they swept Mount Mercy? Somebody.
Culver Stockton.
Culver.
Pioneers 2-1 in conference play. And Clarke 1-2, as well as William Penn being 1-2. Played Park. Park is 2-1. Just a bit high.
Here comes the 4-6-3.
One can hope. Outside, there's a ball. So ball two now. Hurtado trying to shake it off and stay on top of it. Not the typical pitching we've seen from Christian Hurtado coming into this one. Hitting someone, or no, walking someone after.
Ooh, good pickup strike there. That could have gone either way. Helen hit the first guy, you were trying to say.
Yes, that is exactly what Hurtado needed there. Strike to reset the mentality, reset the mind. Bit outside for ball three.
Can't defend freebies.
Just got to get this one over the plate.
Everybody blocking my shot right now.
Outside walks him. So it's going to bring up Cole Swartz. No outs. Bases are loaded. So curious to see what Cole Swartz here can do in the 7 hole. Here comes the pitch from Hurtado. Again, just a bit outside.
He's missing arm side away over and over again. What's that mean, Kyle Olson? Keeps missing arm side. He's got missing arm side away. Just got to, what's he got to do mechanics-wise? Get the arm out there. Throw better is my advice. See the release point. Coming from a former Pioneer lefty great Kyle Olson.
So Hurtado's going to stay out there on the mound. Bit of a discussion and a couple Pioneers up and moving in the pen.
I don't know who we go to after this. Logan Burbach is an option. Henry Hathorn.
Triple H.
Bryce Brecklin, John Barry, Alex Myers are out there. I don't know who's warming up, though. We can't see.
So here comes the pitch to him. Whatever was just said to Christian Hurtado was...
It worked.
Just probably just throw a strike, but
it worked so far.
Boy, did he.
Really desperately looking for a double play here. Tying run aboard.
Strike two. Great pitch there.
That's terrible, we're hearing from the Clarke faithful in attendance today. It looked down to me, but it was close. Probably crossed at the knee.
So the 1-2 swung on, hit 6-4.
Oh, no, he dropped it.
He dropped it. So there's going to be an RBI for Cole Swartz. But McGuire Fitzgerald gets out at second, and Kainoa Torres pushes to third, and Thomas Brannon scores. So Andrew Swartz up now. He's gone down on strikes twice. After that, Cole Swartz RBI. And it's 3-1 now.
It's an earned run. It's FC6. And then E4A6 on that runner from first. Did that work? Oh my goodness. Huge play right there. The Pioneers
Huge.
could not pick up an out.
And the tying run still... Oh, the Pioneers did not pick up an out there.
No.
Apologies. I don't know why I thought they did.
Because they should have.
Dropped it at... So no outs, and the tying run on second, the go-ahead run now aboard. And Hurtado needs to get out of his head here. 1-1. Let's see what he can do.
Still looking for that double play. You're looking for a chance to get yourself out of the inning. Even if a run scores, you'd trade a run for 2 outs all day.
Absolutely. Looked at, strike 2. So 2-2 now. All year long with both this and volleyball been big into the, I've been big into saying, it's all about the mentality of the sport. You got to stay on top of the mental game in any sport to win, which, yes, is much easier said than done, but
Hurtado's a good pitcher. He's a veteran. He's been in big situations before. He should be able to shrug that off and still make his pitches. But, yeah, the Pioneers seem a little rattled right now, but that just might be us projecting.
So here comes the pitch. Swung on and hit over to third base. Plays to home, and he's out. So that's great defensive awareness there by Javier Melendez to throw home and get the out there. Andrew Swartz reaches on the fielder's choice.
And it looked like it took a funny bounce on him, and he had to stab it, too.
It's just solid defense there.
And the throw to not hit the runner, that's just a really nice play from Melendez.
And it's going to bring up Kieran Crowder. Doubled in the third inning. And then grounded out to the shortstop in his next at-bat. So 1 for 2 on the day. See if we can see there. There's the play. Play at the plate.
Close.
Just very close. And here's the pitch from Hurtado. I think that ball broke a little more than he anticipated for it, too.
Who's this now? Crowder?
Crowder.
Seems like he's been on base a lot. They keep using courtesy runners. He's not the catcher. Never mind.
He is not the catcher. This one a bit outside.
9-hole at the plate. Pioneer defense playing back, trying to getting an out right now is priority. 2 if you can, but they're not really playing double play depth. They're pretty far back.
Looked at, taken for strike 1. 2-1 now. It's a very intense sixth inning here, top of the sixth, as this one is fouled off.
Lost his bat on that one.
You know,
How did you do that? Supposed to grip on it.
You're supposed to hold it lightly.
whoop, fall been there. At least I have.
Yeah. What's the count?
2-2. 2-2, 1 out, bases loaded. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Huge strikeout for Christian Hurtado. And we're going to go, we head back to the top of the order for the Pride in Victor Laura.
This guy scares me, man. He's been their best hitter for the season. He's a really good hitter.
He's 0 for 3 on the day, but great hitter.
Yeah.
Very scary situation.
You know he's going to get his hits, and this is the situation we wanted to avoid with him, is when the bases are juiced. Let him get his hits when nobody's on. That's what we've done so far. Big spot, obviously.
Bit low in the dirt, or I guess turf.
Laura, a switch hitter. I don't know what he is better at. He hits more often left-handed, so.
Got his hitting left-handed,
Yeah.
but hitting right-handed against the left-handed Hurtado, as he did in Game 2 on Sunday. In which Hurtado struck him out. No, he didn't face Hurtado.
Sure he did. We've seen him hit right-handed before, so he must have hit against Hurtado, right? Do we have other lefties that we've thrown so far? I don't think so.
No, but he did not hit against Hurtado. This one's hit, and Sherwood takes it himself, gets the out, and gets the Pioneers out of that one, only scoring 1 run. I mean, that is exactly what you needed from Hurtado coming in, and that's why you bring in a pitcher like Hurtado to keep your team out of that. And so the Pioneers, it's going to be Vogel, Woodley, and McMahon, and we will be right back. Welcome back, friends. Frank Vogel stepping into the box for the Pioneers in the bottom of the 6th, hoping this will be it for the Pioneers. Vogel 0 for 2 in this game. Takes this one. They're still keeping Bennett on the mound.
He's still throwing well.
He's getting up there in pitches. He's at 90 now. .90 pitches in 5 innings. Guess now 91. This one's outside, great framing there from Thomas Brannon behind the plate, and it's 2-1. So here comes the 2-1 inside. Pride are lucky there were no Pioneers on base, as with that pass ball.
Come on, Frank.
So Frank Vogel now 3-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Swinging for the fences with that one. So here, full count. Gets him looking. Frank Vogel takes that one from Greg Bennett. It's Greg Bennett's what? 10th? No. 6th strikeout. 7th strikeout. And it brings up Drew Woodley. Woodley gone down on strikes twice today. Takes this one inside for ball 1. Woodley's had some awesome plays in center field in this series. You know, the ball seemed like a magnet to his glove in that first game on Sunday, and same with the second one. Been doing some good defense for the Pioneers as this one's outside for ball 2, 2-0. Takes that one for strike 1. It was a nice pitch from Greg Bennett.
Just at the top of the zone.
Swing and a miss for strike 2 on that one. And Woodley looking for something here. Pioneers up 2, 3-1 in the bottom of the 6th here.
Got him.
So Woodley takes first.
They were thinking possibly foul ball or possibly a swing. Let's have another look at it.
Umpire's going to go discuss this one.
He acted immediately as though it hit him. Usually you can't fake that. They're going to keep him there. There's no...
They are, and so McMahon's going to...
Yeah, it sounded funny, but I think he's got that elbow guard, so... What's going on? Timeout.
Timeout called.
Might be the end of the road for this.
For Greg Bennett.
For Bennett. If they do bring in a new pitcher and keep him in the DH spot. Good outing.
Great outing from Greg Bennett. He went 5 1/3. He gave up 3 runs and only 6 hits. He hit 2. So a pretty solid outing from your pitcher there. As they're going to bring in another right-handed pitcher. Can't quite see the number. So, number 10, Brendan Boyley coming in. I mean, Boyley's gone 1 inning. He's faced 2 batters. And he's walked 1. So he's faced 3, walked 1.
But Bennett's still hitting, right?
So, we'll be back. Welcome back. So Brendan Boyley takes the mound for the Pride. And he's faced.
No swing.
He's walked one and then had 2 other at-bats. He's pitched an inning. No hits allowed off of him. And that's 1 appearance for him. So high. Great little recovery there from Thomas Brannon with Drew Woodley on first. Woodley 6 for 8 in stolen bases. So, I wouldn't be surprised if they sent him here with, if they got a second out.
This guy's pretty quick to the plate. What is it? What's the send? Higher than 1.3? Is that kind of where everybody is these days?
Swing and a miss from McMahon. And he goes down on strikes. So Boyley comes in, strikes him out, and now it's going to bring up Bryson Hamilton. Hitless in this contest.
And he's a 1.1 to the plate, so you're not going to steal on it. You're not going to try to steal on a guy like this.
Had a hit in the last game and walked, and then struck out. And be curious to see if he can get some offense going here in the 6th for the Pioneers. They're up 2. Don't need a ton of offense. You hope.
Famous last words,
yeah.
Jack.
You hope you don't need much offense here, but
you need offense.
You need offense always.
Need more.
But more importantly is that Pioneer defense coming in.
Yes.
Defense wins championships.
See if Hurtado can get ahead in the count in the 7th inning is what we're looking for. But we're hoping Hamilton can juice one here.
So
Never saw a pitch he didn't want to swing at.
There's strike 2 to him. Waited on 1 and 2, but curious to see what he does here with 1 and 2, what he goes back to. Looking for Woodley on first.
Normally you might send Woodley at 1 and 2 count with 2 outs, but you kind of want to start. You want to make sure you start the next inning if you have to with the top of the order. Kind of clear Hamilton here.
So it's outside, so it's 2 and 2 now. So here comes the 2-2. He swinging fast, drop third strike. Hamilton runs, but nothing to it, and
okay, whatever that was.
That ends the 6th inning. We're going to go into the top of the 7th. Pioneers hopeful to end it here. We'll be back. Welcome back, friends. We're here, top of the 7th inning. You've got Bryce Brecklin on the mound. Chad, what are your thoughts?
I like it. I haven't seen him in a bit. He's 0-1. He's only thrown 12 and 2/3 innings. Struck out 7, walked 1. So he's not a guy that walks a lot of guys. Although he does have 7 HBPs. That's not great. 12 and 2/3 innings, 22 hits, 7 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .361. 7.11 ERA, but only in 12 innings, so
We'll see what Brecklin can do
see
here.
if he can pick up his first save.
Only save of the season so far goes to Christian Hurtado.
That was on Sunday. We had a whole mess of saves last year with Nathan Torres out there throwing smoke and enough tight games to use him a lot. 14 saves, I want to say. Shattered the all-time saves record in one season. Wow. Single season and career. And here we play.
So Greg Bennett up to bat now, 0 for 3, 3
Good strike
strikeouts.
That's nice. Come out there and pump a strike. It's a great sign.
3 strikeouts and then reach first on that drop third strike. This one gets past Hamilton.
Brecklin's motion reminds me of somebody. I'll get it here in a second.
It's fast. It's
His arm goes super wide.
almost makes a triangle to the ground.
I was gonna say Greinke. I was gonna say Greinke. It's a little bit. He moves a little quicker than Greinke, but it's a similar. Yeah, similar.
This one hit deep into center field. Coming in is Woodley. Gets down in front of Woodley. And Greg Bennett picks up a hit, bringing up Bubba Thompson. Bubba Thompson 0 for 3 on the day.
Little jam shot single. Sets up Clarke in the bottom of the 7th, top of the 7th.
So the tying run at the plate, go-ahead run on deck. And this is huge for Bryce Brecklin to stay calm and get some outs. You know, double play ball is a possibility as this one's inside. Guess it clipped him.
Oh, my goodness.
And we've got the tying run on base, go-ahead run at the plate.
His 8th HBP in less than 13 innings. So that's been an issue so far this year. Still double play, still in order. Tying run on base with nobody out, however.
And it's going to bring up Thomas Brannon. Tripled.
Clarke likes to bunt. I don't know if the situation calls for it here, though. Apparently it does.
Brannon's showing bunt, which is, you know, a little odd. He's got power behind him, and he's got a great swing. He tripled in the 4th. He got 2 doubles in the last game. He got hit earlier. It kind of surprises me that they're putting Brannon out there if they're going to bunt, but showing bunt again. Squares it down the line and foul. So 1-1. I think they go show bunt for the 3rd time here.
I think so. They've committed to bunting this at bat, so you may as well try until you have 2 strikes. You stay out of the double play. You put 2 runners in scoring position. But the sabermetrics lately have said this play works better when you're down by 1 instead of 2. But I don't know. Putting pressure on the defense.
Foul. So now you got 1 and 2 with no outs. Bubba Thompson probably not going to bunt here after 2 foul ball bunts. Pioneers have turned 9 double plays on the season. This one hit into the gap in left center field. They're going to send Greg Bennett home, and they're going to look for the out at second. And so that's going to be an RBI for Thomas Brannon. And it's going to bring home Greg Bennett, and Bubba Thompson stays at second. So
just a hanging breaking ball right there on 1 and 2. Easy pickings for the hitter.
Kainoa Torres up to bat now, down 1 are the Pride. They're going to bring in a courtesy runner for Brannon. It is going to be number 18. So that's Kevin Javier. And so the go-ahead run.
Who's up?
Kainoa Torres.
5 hole up now for Clarke.
Walked twice today.
They will bunt here.
Walked twice, gets it down, and Brecklin's going to get it over to first.
Thank you for giving us an out, frankly.
And so 1 out, two runners in scoring position, and it brings up McGuire Fitzgerald.
Now, I don't know what you do here with the infield. You might go halfway, try to cut the run down, or you play for the tie and play not to give up the lead. But if you do bring the infield in, I don't know if they're going to be running on contact, and you might not score 2 on a single anyway. That's all the things you have to think about. Nice catch from Hamilton.
Great stop from Hamilton behind the plate.
Those are all the factors you consider as the defensive coach in this situation. Pioneers are playing for the tie. Infield is back.
So here comes the 1-0 from Brecklin. Now a 2-0.
An intentional walk wouldn't be out of the question, but with Brecklin's wildness, you don't want to load the bases on purpose.
This one just a bit high, I guess, and they're going to call that for ball 3. And so
don't bounce it, though.
got him for a strike there. 3-1 now to McGuire Fitzgerald. So the go-ahead run is on second base, tying run at third. Go-ahead run's in scoring position, and this one's called for strike 2. That one was close, and now we've got a full count. So a full count, 1 out. 2 in scoring position. Let's see what Brecklin goes with here. And he gets him, called strike 3.
Wow, what
Man.
a call, what a pitch.
Fitzgerald thought it was a ball, thought he had it, and it's going to bring up Cole Swartz, had the RBI that brought in the run in the last inning. And he's going to be up to bat now here with 2 outs and 2 on in the top of the 7th, hoping to keep his team's chances alive.
Great job from Brecklin coming back, 3-0 count there.
It's exactly what the Pride did against the Pioneers a couple of times and turned it right back against them.
Brecklin looking to be in attack mode. These last 4 pitches have been good strikes.
That one a bit high.
Got around that one.
So it's 1-1 now. The 1-1 in there for strike 2, 1-2 now.
Brecklin looks to have really good run on that fastball.
So it's 1-2 to Cole Swartz. Brecklin calming himself down, taking a deep breath, gets set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Brecklin comes in, gets the save, and the Pioneers win.
Wow, what a job from Brecklin. What a pitch.
Let's take a look at that one.
Hitter couldn't believe it. He stands there in disbelief.
So Brecklin, 2 strikeouts.
He's like, ask for me. You got to ask for me. Pioneers take 3 out of 4 from number 20, Clarke.
It's a great outing from the Pioneers. They moved to 500 on the season.
These are all 1-run games. Wow.
Wow. Well, Pioneers move to 500 on the season. They'll take on Central Methodist at some point in the near future. Weather impending, and great outings from the Pioneers. And thank you all for joining. This has been Jack Hancock and Chad Jenkins. Goodbye, friends.